You send in 41,000 emails, 350 voice messages, 744 tweets, 48 Facebook messages, and 106 letters.
So I think today I'm going to try and make this video for May time, or roughly May time, or whatever else, roughly May. I've been having a lot of issues trying to address the videos and get the videos uploaded and whatever else, and it's just been quite a nightmare, to be honest. The channel's had some strikes on it, and I've had to verify and liaise with Google to get the information submitted and my ID verified. It's just been a rigmarole and a mess around. So we're back now. We managed to get this video on somehow, and we'll try and get this on for May time. Right. Problem still continues. Problem getting worse and worse. Daily braking sessions, catastrophic braking sessions, stripping out the self, pulling out the power, stripping it out and internalising it into an encapsulated, controlled self. Because my jaw's completely locked shut. It's 100% locked shut to the extent where it's getting tighter and tighter shut, and it's already past 100%. So I don't even feel the tightness in closing now. Behind your eyes, the process where it's locked shut, I don't even see it anymore. I don't even feel it. It's just tighter and tighter on my body, pressing on my internal organs, my chest, the back of my skull. I'm waking up every day with the back of my skull completely locked shut, encapsulated shut, with a dome-like encapsulation, complete controlled state. They've encapsulated my entire life. Obviously, like I've said in previous videos, they're stripping out every single bit of my sex power every day, my sexual arousal, that's completely abolished. They've stripped out any sign of aggression or ability to show any aggression or exert power. So I've been recently using the punch bag and whatever else in the gym. As soon as I started using it, I felt the power getting stripped out, or my ability to exert physical power or physical exertion getting stripped out into the controlled state. So really, everything I do now is just a process whereby they're stripping it out, and it's mortification of self to strip the self out. So at this point now, it's obviously, like I said, it's costing me every minute or every day. Subject to internal braking sessions all day, every day. No different to any other day, any other week or month in the last 10 years or whatever else. No sign of the institutionalization. No sign of them addressing it. They're not pulling any single bit of that encapsulation or controlled state out that's got my entire life in it. So if they're not pulling that out, then there's not, like I've said for 7 years, 8 years, there's not much I can really do. It's got my entire life in there. It's got my entire life encapsulated in there. So there'd be no reason for, like I said, it's inhumane to stay alive, and it's been like that for years. So there'd be no reason to really go into an hostel or anything like that. I've been in a hostel 10 years ago, and I'm still subject to crippling braking sessions now, and curtailing the best years of my life now, still in a controlled state, getting progressively worse, costing me every day of my life, like I am 10 years ago when I first went in, and they didn't address it then. They didn't address the issue then. So basically, they're just running off with my life, and I'm having to pay the consequences. They're running off with my entire 20s. I'm going to an hostel 10 years ago to address it. They're not addressing it. I've told them that. And then just carry on making a story costing me my life, and then I have to keep paying the price. Now they want you to go back into an hostel again. So basically, they're putting you in circles, or you're going in circles through prison, jail, hostels, or whatever else. But they're never addressing the issue. So it's just the issue just getting worse and worse. That's what institutionalization is, and that's the issue that you've got. I would have got out of crime and drugs 15 years ago, but they've carried on the loop of criminality and hostels to keep you in the system when I would have got out 15 years ago. Every 2 years over the last 15 years, I would have got out for a job, girlfriend and children and education, drug free, every 2 years for 15 years. So they've potentially had 7 or 8 times where I would have got out drug free with an education, in employment, 4 children. Potentially 7 or 8 times in the last 15 years, but they've carried on the circle of stripping the self out to keep putting you going back into jail, going back into hostels. it's just they just keep you in the system and prevent you getting out by stripping your power out into the enclosed state. And I'll tell you why that is. They've opened the institutional self with the objective of spending 15 years of stripping your life out, costing you every day, and institutionalising somebody. So all I'm going to say is problems getting worse and worse. Critical condition getting worse and worse. They're not showing any signs or there's not a chance on earth they're pulling any single bit of that institutional self out. I don't even know if they can pull that institutional self out. It's obviously inhumane to be alive. I've said that every single day for years, for 7-8 years. I've said it's costing me every day of my life. They're ignoring that. This is the point. They ignore the actual problem or the issues and then pretend that everything's alright again. So they pretend they're still alive, essentially. They're still pretending you're still alive and you've got a chance of getting children or you're getting work and stuff like that, when that's not the case in reality, as these videos have shown. That's not actually the case, or the actual genuine or authentic state that you're in, or the authentic or genuine ability that you've got, because you're fully institutionalised and have been for 10 years. So in 2016, they made the choice to institutionalise somebody. You were never getting children, you were never getting a girlfriend, you were never getting an education, you were never getting into work, because they've made that step to institutionalise somebody. So then for 10 years, from being at the age of 23 all the way down to 33, all they're doing is running it down. They're just running it down. That all being said, there's, like I said, it's costing me every minute or every day. Critical condition every single day. My jaw's completely locked shut internally. All my power's completely encapsulated, getting worse and worse on a daily basis. Crippling breaking sessions internally, committing crime against your power and stripping it out daily. Problem getting worse and worse. There's no sign, or there's definitely not a chance that they're going to pull it out. So, like I said, I hunger strike in a couple of weeks. This will be my final hunger strike. So I'm expecting it to go way past any hunger strike I've ever done. I'm now 33 years old and I've been putting up with this for 10 years. That's my entire 20s gone for crippling breaking sessions in a controlled state, costing me every day of my life. So, like I said, I'm now 33 years old. There's never been a sexual relationship. And I've put all the information on the channel about the last time that I've concluded sexual intercourse. It's well over 8 years ago. So there's been partial intercourse and oral intercourse in that time, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, but actual concluded full intercourse with ejaculate, penetrative sex with ejaculate, it's been over 8 years. So obviously if it's been over 8 years now, you've got to have a look at what it is that they've actually done, because they've encapsulated my entire life in a controlled state. My jaw's completely locked shut and they've internalised all my sex power, all my physical drives, all my ability to get power in society. I'm now sat here, I've not been employed in 6 years, 7 years. Going on to 7 years. So that being said, there's got to be some questions or doubts arising as to what it is that they're doing, because I reckon they're just saying we're addressing crime,